yes, a real job can be gruesome. A real job can make you very tired, but a real job doesn't suck the soul out of you. You know what I mean? In the same way that 9 hours of streaming absolutely will. So
I question every time when someone has a platform, a big platform, and sometimes with people with these big platforms, you really don't get someone with such intelligence. You don't get someone that really understands or gets a grasp of reality. And what sucks is that this person who we're talking about right now, if you saw the first clip, can literally stop streaming for 1 day or possibly for 1 month, probably a couple of months, or probably stop doing videos for a couple of months, and still will make revenue enough to pay his fucking household. It's very, very weird to me that people on his level, especially on his level as streamers, content creators, don't have a good fucking grasp of reality. To say that content creation or even streaming is just as difficult or probably more soul sucking than a goddamn 9 to 5 is a person who has not been in touch with reality for a long time. Okay? With content creation, you're creating content that you choose to want to make. And then in streaming, you could go ahead and do anything with streaming. You could play video games, you could do reactions, you could do things like even speaking with people. Even some people have done things like hot tub streams, which apparently I don't understand why those are a fucking thing. And with that, it pisses me off that these people get this much fame for their nonsensical BS. And I have to blame viewers because of the fact that these people would not have gotten this fame if it wasn't for their ignorance. And if it wasn't for their viewers' ignorance. You literally gave someone their views and someone their popularity because you want to listen to their ignorance. And you allowed them to get that platform because you kept supporting them. Now, when you say something that like streaming is harder than a 9 to 5, are you fucking kidding? Streaming does not suck the soul compared to what a 9 to 5 does. A basic 9 to 5. I got a question. Have you worked at a hospital as a nurse or a doctor? Have you worked in law enforcement? Have you worked in construction? Oh, you know, maybe he's not talking about those. Let me go ahead and put a different one. Have you ever worked in regular retail where you just need to follow the rules, but then you just get literally shouted down for the most dumbest things possible? No, probably not. Have you ever worked in fast food where, something slightly happens and you want to try to fix it and then someone talks down on you badly? Where you don't even get paid that much to go ahead and deal with other people's bullshit? Oh, how about this one? Try working as a waiter or a bartender or someone who has to work on commissions or work on tips. Where some of the places pay under minimum wage and then you have to rely on tips to survive. But yet you want to talk about streaming is difficult. As a person who does streaming and content creation, I don't make a fucking buck doing this. I do this because I enjoy it. I love doing videos like this, doing playthroughs, doing, our segment of TemGameBoyz, and doing other stuff because I just love doing this type of content. If I can make money out of it, absolutely, I would take the opportunity. But it stands to a point where even if I can't make the money out of it, like if I'm not making no money, I have to get a 9 to 5. I have to deal with some bullshit ass customers that will just talk down on me just because I simply work there. With some bullshit ass customers that will make me feel bad because I just simply work there. Or they will just go ahead and talk down on someone because they simply work there. I have to work with bullshit ass customers that don't know how to treat the the person's working area with respect. Like people in clothing stores tossing shoes around, tossing clothes around, tossing like toys around. If you work in a freaking Target or any place with like a toy area, and then you have to fucking pick it up, and like they can't go ahead and clean that shit up themselves. Which, in my opinion, if you go ahead and do stuff like that, like you leave stuff around and leave for the employees to pick up, that shows to me in your house, your fucking household is fucked up. But we want to talk about it not being soul sucking. 9 to 5s can suck the soul out of anybody based on certain experiences. Doctors, especially when they can't save a patient. Law enforcement, especially when they have to go ahead and go on certain shifts, possibly can't come home the next day. Same thing for firemen, and the same thing also for construction workers. God forbid they go and do construction on a big building, and God forbid they get into an accident. God forbid something happens. But you want to go ahead and say that streaming for 9 hours can be soul sucking. It can be tiring. Absolutely. But to say it is just as soul sucking as a 9 to 5 is a weird comment. And it comes from a person who can be gone for 1 or 2 months or probably 3 and will still make fucking revenue off of nothing. And it's fucking weird to me. It's absolutely fucking weird to me that someone can be this ignorant and still have a platform. And he's not just only to blame. I blame people who support him. I blame people who watch him. And sadly, you know what? It doesn't really make a difference if I react or not. He's still going to have that fame. And he got that fame in the first place because people just went ahead and supported him for his ignorance. Kind of shows me that like a lot of things like content creation, even streaming, sometimes it's a big joke to me. And that's really sad, especially for someone who loves it. Like me, I love streaming. I love content creation. But people like this make this, I would say, job of content creation, streaming, very, very difficult to love.